Welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing a chatbot builder in Bubble. So basically, if you want to create an app where you can allow people to build their own chatbots and embed it into their website, I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. It's probably going to be a long one, or it's going to be multiple parts. So just stay tuned for that. Grab your notes, coffee, whatever you need. All right, so let's get into it. So obviously we have the Bubble homepage, and we're going to be doing everything on Bubble, and we're going to use some code as well. If you don't know how to use Bubble, go to my other video. I have a tutorial where you can find out how you can build a social media app from Bubble. It kind of teaches you everything you need to know. So what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to build out functionalities, and what I'm going to do is I have a brand new app, and I'm gonna go ahead and start by just making this size to the size that I want. So I want it to be 350 by 600, and that's because this is gonna be the chat widget, right? So you ever seen those chat buttons on the corner of people's pages? This is gonna be an AI chat widget. Okay, so how we're gonna do that is we're gonna be building out a front end of a chat, and there's gonna be types, something where you can type something in, a send button, and a chat window. So I'm gonna start off by just I'm gonna make this into a column, put this in the middle, and I'm just gonna make this say chat widget. Now keep in mind, you guys, this is not a design tutorial, this is functionality. So I'm gonna give you this tutorial as a guide on how to do it. Now designing it is another thing. What I will probably do is, after this video, fully design it and include it as a template, which I'll be dropping probably in the caption. But anyways, we're gonna start with, we have the text, we're gonna make the group, and we'll take this and we'll justify it like that, and then another group for the chat window. Alright, so how this is gonna work is we have the chat window here. This is where the input and send button is gonna be. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll put a button in there. We want to make this a row, and we don't want just to have a minimum width. This one, go ahead and take that off. What we'll do for this input is to have no borders, and we'll make this group on top of it. We'll call it group input, and then we'll give it a background. Make it just like a little bit darker than the white. We'll center this out. We'll make this smaller font and take off the padding, or make it just smaller, just like that. And then this will be an icon. Send, just like that. And for this group, what we want is some paddings on it, on the left and the right. Okay, just like that. Maybe at the top as well, or just for this one. Let's see. Margins, would that work? Okay. get some margins for this as well. 5. Give it a radius of 5. Center this one out. Now I know I said this isn't a design, but I'm just kind of, I'm not fully designing it. I'm just making it look pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and configure this chat window. So we'll do a repeating group like that. We'll fix the repeating group. No amount of rows. One column. What is this? Color. No, we don't want none. Okay. And then, yeah. Now what we'll do is we'll create the message box. And then, so like this message box is gonna be the same thing as like iPhones. So we'll make it, what we'll do actually is we'll search iPhone messages. So we'll make it look exactly like this one right here. The same colors and the same like text. So that looks like some sort of gray. I don't know how it works, but like let's try to make it the same color. So just about that, right? Okay. Maybe a little lighter. I think that's perfect. With some black text on the receiving one, and then the sending one is white text and a blue box. So how we're gonna do that is there needs to be some database logic, okay? What we want to do is we're just gonna go ahead and put some padding on this right here, and over here we're gonna do a 5 roundness, okay? And then this is kind of bothering me that it's this big, so I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm just gonna do what I do when I do what I do. Okay. Nah. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. 10. There we go. That looks good enough, huh? Yeah, good enough. We'll just keep it like that. Good enough. We don't care, right? Alright, let's do it. Alright, so if you know anything about building apps with Bubble and you know anything about repeating groups, they have to pull from a type of content or a data source, right? So how we're gonna configure this chat widget is one thing, right? We're gonna make this index page have a session ID, and for each session there's gonna be messages, and we're also gonna be tracking what context of the conversation this like chat widget is at for each person, right, based on cookies. Okay, so let's go to data and let's configure a new database, or a data type, sorry. Session, we'll click that, and we'll just use the unique ID. We don't need an actual session ID field, but what we'll do is we'll do messages, and then you know what, in this session what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a code field, and you'll see why in a second. But that's gonna be important. So what we'll do now is actually so we got the messages, and let's write message as a text, and AI. This is going to be Boolean, yes or no. And for right now, we'll keep it like that. And we have enough to just kind of finish what we're doing right here. So inside here, we're going to insert that text. Let's make it smaller, around like a 12. We'll give this some padding as well. Let's go top 5, 5, 10, 10. All right, we'll give it like a padding just like that. Keep it at 12. That's good. And so what we'll do right now is we'll set the type of content as sessions. Okay, I forgot to do one more thing, right? So we're gonna do session, and then we're gonna nest this session's data type in that session, right? All right, cool. So we'll click okay, so how we'll do this, I'll explain it, because for each of these chat widgets, they're gonna get assigned to a session based on if there's a session already or not, off cookies, right? And I'll explain everything in this video, like how Bubble handles these cookies. If you do like, for instance, if I click this and say current user, so if you don't already know, like current user is based off of like the cookies inside of the browser. So even if someone doesn't have an account and you include this type of logic, like current users, email, or creation date, unique ID, whatever, that will go based off cookies. Okay, so so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this empty for right now, and then what we're gonna do with this is this is gonna be message, and we're gonna do a search for messages with their session being the repeating group sessions, list of sessions. Okay, you know what? No, but we'll do it just like this. We'll do messages, and then we'll use the data source right here, right? So do a search for messages where the session equals index or the current page. Where is it? How are we gonna do this? So this will be sessions. Current page is sessions. Okay. All right, cool. So basically, this whole page is gonna get assigned a session, and then where this database is pulling these messages up, it's just looking for messages assigned to that session. Okay. So now let's just like fix this width and everything. We'll make this maximum width of like 60 or 40%, and we're also going to give this some conditions. Okay. But before we do that, I actually want to do, I'm going to add this group, and I'm going to nest this group inside of it, because why I'm going to do that is I'm going to go ahead and write, we're going to go and include the creation date, let's see, like when this message was created. There we go. Current cells, no, not index. Okay, so current sales messages. You have to make this data group pass down along the other groups. So that's why when I click now, I can actually find parent groups messages, creation date. All right, let's make this font a little bit lighter. We don't want it to like overpower the whole thing. We'll make it a little bit smaller. So just like that. And then for this group, we're gonna go ahead and add some margin to the bottom and the top. So let's like make it a 3, probably a 5 actually. All right, yeah. And now what we're gonna do is also, let's go ahead and write this to be parent group's message is a message. So whatever message is in this one, the text is going to be just like right here. That's basically what that means. But now what we'll do is this is messages. No, I'm going to delete that. This is parent group's message. Okay, so we're going to add a condition on this group. So when the parent group's message AI is no, we're going to have it be over here, and then we can click this on and off to see like what that means, right? So in the database, there's going to be a bunch of messages. If the message is from the AI, it's going to be like that. If the message is not from the AI, that means you're sending it and it's going to be over here. But we also want to make the background blue, right? So let's go ahead and find the blue that looks like the iPhone blue. So just like that, right? And then we also want to change the text color to white. Okay. And then we also want to do this as well. I want to put that right there. Sound good? All right. So now what we can do is we basically have some sort of functionality going for ourselves, right? Now let's go to workflows, okay? So let's add an event that says when this page is loaded, when this page is loaded and current users, or do a search for sessions created by current user, first item is empty, and then we're gonna copy this and paste it here and say is not empty. So what does this mean, right? We're creating 2 actions when the page is loaded. One action searches if there's a session that already exists within that user's browser. The second action searches for, the session, or happens when the session doesn't exist. Basically when they're just like clicking it for the first time on that device. So when it's empty, what we're gonna do is create a new session, right? Create a new session. What did we have? So we don't have anything but the code. Okay, I'll explain the code in here in a second. And then we're gonna display data in index result of step 1's create new session, right? Evaluates to a session, right? That should be it. Type of content sessions. Let's see, it should work, right? Evaluates to a session. This page. Display data and index. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just do this. Go to page index, data to send, result of step 1. So that works. Okay, so now for this one, we're just gonna copy this action and paste it here. And what we'll do is do a search for sessions created by the current user, first item, and that should pretty much do it. So let's explain it. Let's go back, right? So if the chat gets opened and there's no session, so first thing, it creates a new session. And the reason why I'm not like setting like created by user in these fields is because it already like detects that whenever on the front end something gets created, it already assigns it to that current user. So I don't need to do that. And then go to page index, and we're just sending this data. Since we're already on the page index, it just sends that data anyways, right? So it'll just load. And then for this one, we don't have to create anything new. We're just gonna do the same action, go to page index, load that data, and we're just searching for it, and then first item. Okay, so here we have this. Okay, so input chat. Okay, button send chat. Now we're gonna get into the OpenAI API right now. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and add. There's plenty of ways for you to connect OpenAI onto like Bubble, but you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a plugin instead of the API connector. So I'll just try this one. Let's see what this one does. So let's go ahead and add this workflow. All right, so let's see, OpenAI. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create chat completion. Okay. And as you can see, this is like JSON code, right? It's just code for transferring data, right? If you don't know what JSON is, right? So like, look at this right here. This is why we need that field in the sessions, like as code, is because we're gonna be populating this as the messages get sent. All right. So how we're gonna do that is let's see this, right? So multiple messages, hello, content system. All right. I just want to know if this will allow I want to know if this is gonna allow enters or maybe not. Anyways, we'll deal with it. So like what we're gonna do is actually go to the playground. All right. Alright, so the reason why I like using the playground is because you can actually look at the code and then just kind of copy and paste it, right? Alright, so how we're going to do this is, so like the way this works is right here, like it shows you like role, user content, user system content, assistant, user content, user content. So actually this is kind of different from like right here, because this one says like if I type in something and use it as an assistant, so like that, like if I click on code, this is how it is, right? So content type text, see, but that one doesn't have it. So so let's just see how that would work, right? So let's go straight into it, right? So what we're gonna do is we'll just write this, right? Input chat value. All right. Create a new thing. Message. Well, first off, let's do this. AI equals no. A message. Input chat's value. And then we're going to copy this action. Do AI yes. Result of step 2's. So like the way this works is like choices, first items, message content. I know it's weird, but that's just how it works. So let's go ahead and try this. Let's see, you know, where we're at as far as like functionality. Oh, what do I do? Okay. This thing's annoying. Okay, so nothing popped up. Let's figure out why. So we have 2 messages, but no sessions. Okay, we forgot to assign it to the session. That's why. So session, current page is session. Same thing with here. Sessions, current page is sessions. Okay. So let's refresh this. All right, so like so there you go. It looks weird because obviously it's just weird because it's in a big screen, but it's not going to be in a big screen, so just don't mind that. But however, we didn't have anything pop up, so obviously there's a problem. Yeah, I didn't enter in my API key, so let me just go ahead and do that right quick. Alright guys, I'm back. I figured out the problem. It's just the plugin sucked. It didn't work, so I downloaded a new plugin and now it's working. So like if I write hello, you'll see a message pop up, and the reason why that's there is because this, if I go to the workflows, and I'm using another plugin, so like they just came up with this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out how to basically dynamically have these messages pop up, right? So this whole thing, this is like the code of the thing, right? You see system, user, and it's just like this, right? User, assistant, system, whatever. Okay. So how we're gonna do that is, first off, we're gonna just like kind of type something in, right? Just whatever. We're gonna delete the assistant. Okay. And we're gonna take this code and we're gonna put this. I'm gonna copy all of this straight from this array bracket thing. Or so this one doesn't have the array bracket, so we're actually gonna just take straight from the curly bracket down to the last curly bracket. We're gonna put that in there. Okay. So actually, instead of doing all of this, I'm gonna open the notes and we're gonna plug that in there. System. Input. Okay. All right. Now for input, what we're gonna do is so we need to figure out how we're gonna dynamically have this inputted. And so I think we should do it just like this, right? So we'll figure out this is like something that needs to be dynamically inputted in, right? Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll do this current pages sessions code, right? And so for instance, let's say this was the code that we have already. Let's go back to the playground. Let's just add some more stuff. Right, and let's come back to the code. And as you can see, we have system user assistant, and then user, right? All the way to the last curly bracket before this, right? Let's do that. And we'll go ahead and type this as before that we don't want that, right? No, input chat, its value. All right, so if you're kind of like following along, right, we're gonna have the current page session code. We're gonna have to make a change to thing current page sessions code. And so it's gonna be this session's code, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna paste all this in. I hate it when it's like this. Okay, and then input chat's value. Come back here, take this. And then like that. Role assistant. I'll take this. I'll come here. Yeah, put a space over there. Right here. Okay. Role assistant content. Then this is going to be the result. Step 3, or no, result. Step 2, choices, first items, message content. We're going to come back to the playground. And then we're going to take this. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Okay, we're going to just do it like this. So if you're following along, basically what we're just about to do was this. I believe so. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll make this like that. All right. So basically, I don't know if you guys are understanding, but this session code, this could be empty. If it's empty, it'll start off with the user, content, text, type. Now, we're probably gonna want to start off with a system anyways. But for right now, it starts off with a user, and it goes here, and then it starts off just by like no context, right? No system context. Because over here, as you can see, the system message, this is kind of like where you train it, and then this is just the conversation as it happens. So let's just make sure that this works. And we'll try it out. So hello, how can I assist you today? Nothing much. I'm here if you change your mind. Have a great day. So like, as you can see, the code right here for this session, if I refresh it, it's tracking all the conversations, right? And then we have like the messages right here. So if we wanted to add an assistant, all we would do is just use the same code like we started right here, but all you would have to do is just input this before with some testing, right? For the sake of this video, I'm just kind of like showing you how this is all done. I'm gonna leave it up to your guys' creativity. I'll save this app. I'll probably make more videos on it. And again, I'm gonna be building a full-on like chatbot builder where you can probably get from me as a template, and then just input your API keys and really just start selling it if you guys want to make money that way. But this is kind of like just me having an idea on what like you can do with you know, selling AI. AI is so powerful right now, and it's very popular, so that's like something you can sell. But anyways, so now that you have that, basically a working chatbot, so if I refresh it, it still saves my session. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna embed it. Now, I went on ChatGPT and I basically said, just build me a widget where I can put on a website that opens up chat window with an iframe. If you don't know what iframe is, that's basically like embedding a website onto another website as an element. But basically it just gave me the code, right? So all I have to do is copy this whole code and then put my website wherever I want it, like right here. And then this is where I can just put this in any website, like HTML headers or anything, and basically we'll have this chatbot over there, right? So if I preview this, or if I take this, if I take that, the URL, I got the URL, so I'm gonna come back to my notes. I'm gonna create a new one, and before I take the URL, let me just copy this whole thing. Alright, so I got this whole code. Now, where is it? Right here. I'm gonna take my URL, put it right here. Alright, so now I can take this whole thing again. Come back here, and then so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna create a new page so that we can test all of this out, right? Alright, so the way that I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna put an HTML on this page, and I'm just gonna put this like right here. Basically this is gonna work on the whole page itself. It's not gonna just work as an iframe unless I display as an iframe, which I don't want to do, but it's just gonna work as a code inside of this website. So if I preview this, let me take off this. So like right here behind this built by bubble is a chat widget. Refuse to connect. Okay, you know why that's working, that's not happening? It's because if I go settings, Go to general. I'm gonna allow all iframes. Do not set cookies on new visitors by default. No, we want to set cookies. All right, so now we're gonna do that again. We're gonna click chat, and there you have it, right? So this is a chat widget I can actually talk to, like, hello, how are you doing today? So like you can embed this on people's website very easily, you know what I'm saying? And what I'll be doing is stay tuned and just kind of like follow me. I'll probably post like more videos of me like designing it. I'll document the whole thing, honestly. I'll put this on the Bubble template store marketplace, and I'll have it set up to where all you need to do is connect like your Stripe API key and your OpenAI API key, and I'll give you guys like a platform where you can basically like just download and then have users log in, make accounts, and test, like train their AI bot on like knowledge bases, like what their website has. And so like if I ask a question like, what do you guys do, right? I'm a virtual assistant, but like it'll answer based on like what website the person has and what they train. And you can honestly really just sell this like by the robot, right? Like I'll have like two options. I'll make two options. You can sell by the robot, like, okay, like do you want one you have one website, okay, it's, you know, $50 per robot, you know, you buy it, boom, now you have it, you train it, and you can embed that. If you have another website, boom, you can buy that, and then you can also sell that to like AI agencies. So this is like something that I'm pretty sure is gonna give you guys value. So I'll go more into it in other videos, but it's just kind of like an idea that I had like right off the bat. So just stay tuned, you guys. If you're not subscribed, just subscribe, like the video if you think I'm giving you some value in this. You know, just show some love, and you know, like I'll make some more videos on this for sure. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video. So peace, guys.